Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the wonderful day of February 2nd. Slightly less February than the 1st, but still there. So I hope you all slept well and had a wonderful evening. Welcome back to the land of the living. Tuesday. Woo! So, today I have a little less fun topic, I suppose, but I feel like it's something worth talking about. I hear a lot of people talk about how the world isn't fair. How there are people in this world that are fundamentally disadvantaged, who, by the nature of where they're born, of who they are, of what they're... Did I already say background? Point is, are at a disadvantage just because of who they are and where they come from. I very much agree with that statement. Our world isn't fair. It's something really hard to deal with. The world will spit people out and tell them, you are not going to have a fun time. Others might be very lucky, and they might say, well, look at me, I'm so blessed and so graced with all of this good fortune, and I worked really hard and I earned a lot of it, and I'm entirely entitled to it. And that's, they worked hard. That's fair. And it's an unfortunate reality of what we deal with. Inequality, and people not getting their fair share, though they work as hard or even harder than everyone else. I think it's very important to say that we should certainly recognize these struggles. If nothing else, we should recognize that these are realities in our world. To say that the world is perfectly fair and perfectly open in an effort to be optimistic and to encourage people, I see there being a fault in that. It's fine to be optimistic. Being optimistic is what this whole thing is about, this channel. So yeah, I can see the logic behind that. But the whole thing is, it also undercuts those people who are naturally disadvantaged. It tells them, well, you should be just fine if you were to work at it. Or if you were just to give it a good effort. That's not always true. And again, we can stand around and say it's not and encourage people all we want. But I think it's much more fair to say, it's much better to say, we should actively work to try and help those people who are disadvantaged. Try and even the odds a little bit. A little opinionated for this channel, I get that, but it's something I particularly today see as very important. It's not necessarily economically either. It's not necessarily even socially. Medically, there are things. Mentally, there are things. And oftentimes these people aren't recognized. People will specifically say that, no, that's a false disability, or that's a false reason for you to be so disadvantaged. And these people, they'll work for years and years and years and never get any recognition for it. And there are several people who might watch this specifically that I'm thinking of. And I just want you to know that your struggles are very real, and they're much more real than many people's. Perhaps mine included. But here's the thing. The world can be unfair. But it's filled with people. Some of whom are stupid, sometimes, when they choose to be, and horrible and mean. And will continue to prey on your disadvantage, and that's a natural fact. But a lot of us are fairly nice. A lot of us don't like to see people in pain or hurting. So even if it's selfish, some of us might try and help you out. I know I'd very much like to. I just want you all to know that, all of you watching, regardless of your situation, regardless of who you are, that you very much are cared for. Whether that be by your family, or your friends, those people who admire you, who admire your work, me. You're all just so wonderful. And I value every single one of you watching. And just, you're all so talented and incredible and so infinitely worthwhile. You all have very, very real problems, and don't undercut that. They're things you grapple with every day. They're things that other people don't necessarily see, in fact actively try to hide sometimes. But they're very much real and they're very much yours. Don't be afraid to reach out to one of us, whether that be me or one of those others who absolutely adore you, for help. Someone who you can trust. Because, well, what's the fun in carrying it alone, right? I'd like to talk longer on the subject, but unfortunately I'm very, very pressed for time today, and I almost didn't get this video out, frankly. But I just want you to know that I'm here. Again, my email's in the description. More like there-ish, I think. My email's in the description. I want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful day and take care of yourself. You all absolutely deserve it, and I'd hate to hear any of you having a terrible day. Though, I wouldn't mind hearing it. I'd love to work through it with any of you. So, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow morning, February 3rd. Until then, enjoy your second. It's going to be a wonderful one.